Good morning, brothers. Happy Saturday. It's good to have all of us here together again. And here's our weekly Devo for this week. If you guys watched our last night, our Good Friday service, it was amazing. The worship was it was touching. Pastor David's message was on point, and I was just really encouraged, and as I was thinking about last night after services, in this situation, in this time that we're in, I know some of us as men have been praying, Lord, what is it that you have me to do? What are the things that you are really wanting me to do this during this time? Maybe during this time we have sought the Lord for our calling in our lives. Maybe during this time we have sought to grow closer to the Lord. But I was thinking about this last night, and I'm reminded of Nehemiah. And in Nehemiah chapter 2, we see that Nehemiah had it in his heart that for some time now that he'd been wanting to go and rebuild the city of Jerusalem, the walls. And in chapter 2, verse 4, it says, Then the king said to me, What do you request? So I prayed to the God of heaven. And I said to the king, If it pleases the king, and if your servant has found favor in your sight, I ask that you send me to Judah, to the city of my father's tombs, that I may rebuild it. During this time, men, we have this great opportunity to rebuild. It's rebuilding our marriages, our relationship with our kids, our renewness and relationship with the Lord. He may be rebuilding a calling in your life at one time that you thought, or maybe had just put it aside because you thought, maybe God's not using me. God's using this time in for us to rebuild. And this is the exciting part, is that there's going to be a time when, in here Nehemiah, when it's completed. And remember what happens when they completed the city walls? There was celebration. And men, we have this privilege to rebuild. We can rebuild again our calling, to build it, grow closer to the Lord, our relationships with our wives and with our families and with the people that we love. This has given me the opportunity to rebuild with my wife, rebuild with my children, and I get a good sense of rebuilding and fortifying what God has for me. Man, I love you guys. I miss you guys. Tune in for our Tuesday morning study. We have that coming on 6:30 this Tuesday. We're looking at the armor of God. Tune in tonight. We're with our series of marriage and family this evening. They'll be posted in our Facebook page for the church. And it's a good topic that I think all of us need to see. And again, Easter Sunday's coming. And I look forward to celebrating with you guys, even though it's going to be online. Invite your friends, invite your family. We have this privilege, and again, to rebuild. And so, men, I'm encouraging you. I love you guys. I'm encouraged that we're in this time now that we're able to rebuild. Continue to keep our pastor in your prayers. Please keep our men's ministry in prayer, our entire church, as we are rebuilding during this time. God bless you guys. I love you, and I'll see you soon.